guess that's the ghetto froggy costume. I ignored the advertisements and headed to my destination. After that, Ito had picked up the smartphone and called the number back. But no one had picked up. Okay, this is kind of like a flashback, actually. There's only the message that played when you shut off your service. The customer has requested that this number be temporarily disabled. We talked for a while, but none of us had any good ideas. By 3 AM, we settled on participating in a culture festival like normal, and then laid down in our desks to get some sleep. Yeah, I mean, I guess 3 AM. I mean, that's like... They did say they had to wake up by 5. That's like 2 hours. That's very little sleep. I don't know. Nobody... I guess they're just gonna gloss over this, but... I don't know. I remember getting, like, no sleep, you know, right before something important. It was horrible. Sleeping is very important. Anyway, I couldn't sleep. I was too nervous. In the end, I didn't get a wink of sleep, and I was only half awake for the opening ceremony and final check of the class's video. Huh? Hello? In the morning, I passed Arumura in the hallway. She had the smile on her face that she wore when she was with her friends. That only made me more nervous, and I was still nervous right now. I didn't yawn even once. That's crazy. Not even yawning? I could see Sarika patrolling the stalls near the gate through the open doors of the school. Come to think of it, she'd said she hadn't slept well either. If someone with her appetite was ignoring all the tasty treats for sale at the food stalls, she must have been telling the truth. Sarika had made contact with them at the hospital too. How were they able to call when I shut off my phone? No, I should stop thinking about it. I asked myself all these questions already. Why have they called Ito? How were they able to? Was there a reason they called right at the start of the day of the new generation madness? I was thinking before, like, you know, either they spoofed the phone number, which is possible, or they called right before the service was actually disabled. Or that is a possibility as well, assuming they got past the lock screen, you know. I don't know. Should I go to the police? Will they believe me? And I hadn't come up with answers to any of those questions. I mean, you could show Shinji's phone, you know, as like proof. Like it shows like received calls, I guess. But, you know, it wouldn't really lead anywhere because all you heard was like knocking, and how are you gonna explain that to the police? It's like, oh, I got a prank call. Well, good for you, you know. I could hear loud murmurs in the distance. Ah yes, Watabe. The famous E-celebrity. He was early. The meeting was supposed to be at 1 o'clock. Oh wait, he was going to do an article on the culture festival itself, right? At some point, Sarika had walked up behind me. Was she on patrol? And suddenly she got very close to me. I'd be crazy not to be thinking about it. When I seen her just a second ago, she looked really glum. But for some reason, she looked better now. She looked surprised that I seen her, and then...
だったら何かが起きる前に私たちが解決すればいいじゃんって。
Again, interesting that Serica is still going on about that case.
5人で仲良く真実を追求し解決するのが新聞部のモットーでしょ？
We're getting shut down, Serica. I never heard that motto before.
タクならできるって。
After giving me a completely baseless motivational speech, she went back on her patrol.
タクならできるってか。
タクル、もう事件なんか追わないって約束して帰ってきなさい。手伝ってほしいことたくさんあるの。
For now, I needed to get through this interview. First, there was the video to talk about, and then the sumo sticker with a different face. I was wondering though if that sticker was like photoshopped, basically, but it was, at least, you know, according to Kunosato Mio, the other person working on the case. Apparently, Watabe does not do that though. He doesn't use Photoshop, you know. So, how do you explain that discrepancy? I don't know. It'd be great if I could ask Watabe what that meant too. I took a deep breath and started to go over the interview in my head. Ah yes. Warm up those vocal cords.
渡部さん、どうしちゃったのかな。
It was already 1:15 p.m. The interview was supposed to start at 1. Everyone had heard that Watabe, the famous journalist, was going to be here. The audience's seats in the gym were packed. There were even people standing. Everyone in the newspaper club except Kurusu had arrived, and we were waiting below the stage. All the preparations were complete. But there's no sign of Watabe himself. Okay, well, I'm thinking something's gonna happen, but we'll see, I guess.
控え室にはいたんだろう？1時間くらい前かな。挨拶してきた。何やってんだ？緊張してトイレか？それは僕だ。
Yeah, we did.
Huh?
Apparently.
ここだけの話、さっきからトイレばっかり行ってる。やっぱり僕には無理だ。こんな大勢の前で対談なんて。
Just pretend they're all in their underwear, Takaru.
今さらなんだよ、お前。
Sure, but I couldn't help but be nervous. I wasn't good at dealing with crowds or people I didn't know. But now I was gonna have to deal with both. Well, time to face your fears. Take the hint.
よし、伊藤、部長の座を譲る。お前が仕切ってくれ。アホか。
Ito laughed away an offer that I made in all seriousness. He stood up from his chair.
それにしても遅えな。みんな待ちくたびれてるじゃん。生徒会は何してんだ？
Watabe was supposed to be getting the VIP treatment, and it was the student council's job to take care of him. But with Kurusu gone, they were probably having a hard time keeping up with all their work. From what I've heard, without Kurusu there to keep peace, fights and arguments were breaking out everywhere. That only went to show how much everyone relied on her.
仕方ねえな。ちょっと呼んできてやるか。
しんちゃん待って、私も行くよ。
おい。
Don't leave me and Kazuki here alone. Neither of us are capable of talking to people. Especially Kazuki, because all she says is you know. Well, I don't know, but I don't know if she's like, I don't know. She has this like vague communication disorder, I guess. But I don't think she's like nervous, you know, in front of people, unlike Takaru. It's just that she can't speak for some reason. I don't know. Like, is it like a physical problem? It's like, does she have a tongue? I don't know. Did she? We did see her open her mouth before. We saw a tongue there. Well, What if Watabe came while they were gone? What would we do then? And obviously, you know, why would she like eat a lollipop all day if she didn't have a tongue? Well, then again, I don't know. Like, what happened if you like? How would you survive without a tongue? I mean, I guess you could survive. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Because I'm thinking like maybe that's why she can't speak, but maybe not. But Serika and Ito went off to the waiting room without us. This was a problem.
あれれまだ始まってないんすね。先輩チャオス。
Oh, it was just Aramura. Come to think of it, she asked me to ask Watabe about that picture.
ずいぶん遅いですね。
はい。今迎えに行ってるけど。
ほーん。
そうだ、有村さん、聞こうと思ってたんですけど。
なんすか？
画像のことについて渡部さんを追求してほしいんですよね。その画像ってラブホテルの力士シールのことでしょう。それには僕たちも興味を持ってるんですけど、有村さんはどこまで知ってるんですか？あれのこと。
Aramura looked serious for just a moment, but then she grinned.
情報量は高くつくぜ、あんちゃんよ。
お金取るんですか？
当たり前よ。キャッシュで5000万スイス銀行に振り込んでくんな。くっくっく。
Of course, I'll do that right away. With my infinite credit card.
みたいなこと言ってないで、本気で教えてください。
むか。
渡部さんにはうまく質問しますから。だから僕らにも情報を。ね
え先輩。
Hey boss? She says senpai, not boss, but anyway.
はい。
何度も言ってますけど、私に敬語はいりませんよ。改めてくれるまでずっと言い続けますからね。
はい。
She changed the subject. Aramura was incredibly interested in Watabe's picture of the sumo sticker. Did she think that if I questioned him about it, she might gain some valuable information? I considered this as I watched her twin tails bounce in the air. Yes, anime waifu twin tails. And then suddenly, the curtain on the stage began to rise. I could start to see the bottom of the lectern and the chairs. Hmm.
ねえ、始まっちゃいますよ。伊藤先輩たちは？
There was no message from the student council, and we had no idea what to do as we watched the curtain rise.
やっとかよ、おい。遅えよ、渡部。
渡部さん。
Watabe! As the curtain rose, the gym was filled with the cheers and boos of the students. Boos? Is boos?
人、おのえ、何してんだよ。早く戻ってこいって。
あれ？
Suddenly, Aramura spoke.
どうしたの？
見てください。なんか変です。
She pointed to the stage. I looked up toward it.
Huh?
Oh, well, I guess he gained a few pounds? Watabe had come up the stairs backstage and was walking toward the podium. But he was staggering and struggling to stay up, and he looked like he was in pain. There was a thick sweat on his forehead, and something that looked like drool was dripping down from his lips. Alright. But what was even stranger was his stomach. How to describe it? The spot between his ribs and his hips, right where his stomach and intestines would be, was all swollen up. You heard the word beer belly a lot, but it was worse than that, okay? It was as if someone had stuck a giant rubber ball under his shirt. The students saw this and started to whisper. Their voices grew louder and louder. I mean, I feel like there was a case like this before, you know, like a previous death in a previous case. His moans grew louder as he reached the center of the stage. Just listening to them was enough to make you go crazy. We see, Arumura, is something called Mpreg. Anyway. The whole gym, including the three of us, started to get louder. Huh? Yes, of course. It was just freaked out now. Okay, a lot of screaming going on, right? It's going one by one, all the students screaming. The students' screams echoed in my ears. Some people were trampled in the mad dash for the exits. But as everyone else was panicking, Arumura and I stood there in silent shock. You gotta melee him before you shoot him, otherwise you'll get splashed by boomer juice anyway. Something was pouring out of Watabe's mouth, mixed with his blood and stomach fluids. It had a face. Of course, it wasn't Watabe's face. It was something we'd seen many times before. What was it? I mean, you just showed it, but I knew it well, but it took me a few seconds to understand. And then... Oh, okay. Blood. It's a big mouth. Yeah, he suddenly grown a really big mouth. Arumura began to scream, her voice joining the cacophony created by the other screaming students. You okay? He vomited a bunch of stickers. I assume he dies as well. I don't know how he did that, but alright. 12:28 p.m. noontime. In an unused classroom at Hikyo Academy. So this is before? I think this is before it happened. Is it after? I don't know. Because the interview was supposed to happen at 1, right? 1 o'clock, or the curtains open at 1:15, but this is 12, so this is noontime, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this is like before. Watabe bowed, and the man who had led him here from the teacher's office bowed back. Then the man left the room. He'd forgotten the man's name as soon as he heard it. All he remembered was that he was a typical high school teacher with somewhat delicate features. Delicate features? That was all Watabe thought he needed to know. He'd heard that Hikyo was famous, but once he got inside, he found that it was just a normal high school, maybe a little cleaner than most. He'd seen a TV crew from some station interviewing a student on his way here, but he couldn't imagine there was anything worth asking one. Since his ostensible reason for being here was to do an article on the culture festival, he had to take a few pictures. Since it didn't matter what pictures he took, he decided to just walk through the school. As he went by a class that was doing some kind of Gero Froggy cafe, there was a bit of a fuss. Student after student asked him for handshakes and autographs. Almost the entire class had known his name. He'd even taken a selfie of a girl who said she was a huge fan of his. When he told her to keep it a secret, she'd given him an innocent smile. That's the way it should be. That was the way normal people were supposed to act. Again, a very similar pattern here. We saw the victims before. They, like, for some reason, you know, they were getting famous, basically, you know, or, you know, about to be, like, super famous. Watabe, I guess, is very similar. That's why he's a victim as well, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I assume he dies, but you know, we haven't seen his corpse, I guess, after he barfed up all those stickers. It was only a short while ago that an online friend of his had just suggested he come here. When he'd been putting together what he found out about the sumo stickers, those fucking brats in the newspaper club here had published just before he did. He'd given up on publishing his own article, but at least decided to show it to someone. When he let his friends see it, they suggested he publish it anyway. His friend, I guess. I assume his friend would be K, actually. And I guess, you know, alias for Kunosato Mio. True, he was confident in the article itself. He'd gotten a very good picture of the sumo sticker at the Love Hotel, which the newspaper club had only been able to get from a distance. There's a chance he'd be caught up for plagiarism, but then his friend had continued. You're capable of turning that to your advantage, right? His friend knew him well. Everything would depend on how he handled the interview, but Watabe was confident he could use this to bolster his fame. The ideal result would be to show that the newspaper club were the ones who had copied him. They uploaded their newspaper to Nikoniya all the time, so they were sure to know who he was. If he offered them the chance to help with his articles, they'd jump on it no matter what demands he made. He started off at the very bottom and he worked his way up this far. He was capable of getting any scoop he wanted. Okay, so he's kind of a jackass, alright. His power was a blessing from heaven for a man who wanted to be a first-rate journalist. In the whole history of journalism, there had never been a case where a net reporter had identified a suspect ahead of the cops, the news, or the magazines. When a writer at a weekly magazine had found a suspect before the police, the whole of Japan went into an uproar. Watabe wanted to surpass that. His one worry was the Love Hotel incident. When he charged into the crime scene and got into a fight with the cops there, his camera had gone out of focus and he failed to get part of the sumo sticker. He used that to get to this scoop. But if someone on the police force was paying attention to those stickers, and if they were enough of a weirdo to be paying careful attention to Watabe's articles, they might find something strange. People didn't really want to hear the truth. They wanted lies that sounded true, embellished so they were all the more pleasing. Oh, there's that knock. So I wonder, yeah, he said, I guess Watabe didn't get the picture exactly, so maybe he did use Photoshop? I don't know. Like, he took a part of the picture, but some of it was missing, so he, I guess, colored in the blanks, maybe, is what he did. Not that it really matters, because he's probably gonna die soon. When he heard the sound, he quickly flipped himself back into hard-working, good-natured reporter mode. Yes.
Hi, dozo. Dozo.
They didn't open the door, nor did they say anything. Watabe grunted, soft enough that they couldn't hear, and then put on a smile as they went to answer the door. And that was the last mistake he ever did. Okay, still barfing. Blarg. Again, very big mouth, by the way. Kind of reminds, I don't know, what does it remind me of? Remind me of something, for some reason. Someone with a little giant mouth. Oh, well, reminds me of Shingeki no Kyojin, or Attack on Titan, actually. One of the Titans. Again, it's funny how, like, we have to go through every line of, like, screaming. Imagine they happen, you know, all at once, but we just have to go one by one. Anyway, the students all started to panic at once, and the gym was filled with screams. Then Watabe's body fell to the floor as if in slow motion. Okay. His legs were splayed. His eyes were open wide, still full of the terror of death. He was weeping tears of blood. Bloody tears. And...
あれは
そんな
You know, talk about stage fright. You know, being so nervous that you vomit on stage. He, you know, had it way worse than Takaru.
Rikishi Shield.
Yes, it was a huge pile of sumo stickers. Yeah, how did he do that, by the way? I mean, I don't know. I mean, he didn't do that by himself, I guess. But, like, how did he... where did he get those sumo stickers? And how did he, like, you know, put it all in his stomach? Watabe was probably already dead, but there were still crumpled sumo stickers pouring out of his mouth. It's such a short amount of time as well. Like, without chewing, because it seems like he didn't, like, chew the stickers. So I can only assume... he swallowed them, somehow. My heart was racing. Beads of cold sweat had formed on my back. I felt a scream welling up in my throat, but something held it back.
警察電話
Watabe's eyes were motionless, pointing toward nothing in particular. I wanted to look away from this madness. Again, a very unusual death. I'm not entirely shocked. I mean, I don't really care that much, you know? Watabe's kind of an asshole, so like... who cares? I mean, I guess he doesn't necessarily deserve to die, though. So there's that. Anyway. But I couldn't.
警察って
Didn't look away.
何番
It's 119, right?
117
Or is it 117? Oh, okay, I don't know. I don't know then. No, wait, the police were... Wait, what was it? Maybe it was 119? Oh, yeah. Isn't it 119? I thought it was 119. At least in Japan, anyway. It's like the opposite, right? Usually you think like 911, but actually it's 119.
おい
Hmm? Is it okay? When we heard the voice, we were finally able to tear our eyes away from Watabe's body. There was a female student making her way toward us, past the crowds fleeing toward the exits. A female student? Oh, she felt too grown up for that. Yeah, that's what I always think. I don't know, is she actually... She says she's a teenager, but... I don't know. She looks older. Again. And she was wearing a white lab coat. Between that and the sharp look in her eyes, part of me thought she might be a coroner. There she is.
何があった
She slowly looked around the gym. Her gaze stopped at Watabe's body.
あれは
And then without moving an eyebrow, she said,
やったのはお前たちか
I mean, no. Oh, chapter 4 already. Her words. Delusionary origin.
なるほどな。じゃあ、被害者渡部さんは、時間になっても体育館に現れなかったと。
はい。
そこで、宮代くんと和樹さん、それから有村さんが待っていたところ、彼がいきなり舞台に上がってきて、そこで事件は起きた。間違いないね。
はい。
うん
After that, things happened fast. The black-haired woman called Detective Shin. I thought it was like, you know, I thought it was like the black-haired woman, you know, who was Detective Shinjo, but no, that's not right. The black-haired woman called Detective Shinjo on the phone, who contacted the police station. Since our club was supposed to have an interview with him, we were questioned in our club room. During the questioning, we could hear students yelling outside and the sounds of dozens of patrol car sirens, but soon it all faded back into silence. The police had probably sealed off the whole school. There had been no announcement about what was going to happen with the culture festival, and I was wondering, though, Like, did she? I mean, like, Watabe mentioned a friend, and I thought it was Kay, that he was, mentioning, but maybe it was some other, like, different person, like the actual suspect that are causing all these deaths. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Because it was mentioned before that Kay, like, started the flame war in the first place between, newspaper club and Watabe himself, but I don't know. She was also mentioning, like something's gonna happen this festival, but did she, like, predict that it was gonna be like another death, or was she surprised actually that it was Watabe that died? But after what had happened, there's no way it wouldn't be shut down. Nope. Festival cancelled.
で、伊藤君と尾上さんは事件の前に渡部さんの控え室へ行ったんだよね。渡部さんとは会わなかったのかい？
Huh? Am I suspect? That's what Ito must have thought, because he suddenly started to act strange.
でも控え室には誰もいなかったんす。な、尾上。
部屋は空っぽでした。
生徒会の役員は渡部さんの世話をしてたはずだろ？
それもいなかったです。
Sarika must have been surprised by the sudden question, because she started to fiddle with her Gero Froggy's cell phone strap.
おいお前。
不愉快な音を立てるな。うるさい。
ごめんなさい。
She must have only then realized what she was doing, because she quickly took her hand away from the strap.
尾上、落ち着け。誰もお前を疑ったりしないって。
ありがとう、タク。
有村さん、二人の言ってることは本当かな？
ええ、嘘じゃないですね。本当に誰もいなかったみたいですよ。
There was no doubt in her voice. From the look on her face, you'd think she knew the whole story. And for some reason, Shinjo seemed to believe her.
そうか、了解だ。
He believed every word Aramura had said during the entire questioning. It was kind of strange. Did the two of them trust each other that much? Did they go on detective journey? Detective adventures off screen or something?
一応聞いておくが、有村さん、君は体育館に行く前は何をしていたんだ？
何言ってるんですか？直前まであなたたちと一緒にいたはずですけど。もしかして忘れてます？もしそうなら脳の精密検査を受けることをおすすめしますけど。
いや、もちろん分かっているさ。ただ念のためというやつで。
Shinjo scratched his head as if he didn't know how to respond. I take that back. There clearly wasn't any trust between the two of them. In fact, he didn't seem to know how to handle her. Okay. Then why would he trust what she said, though? Something felt strange. And there was one more thing. Aramura had said that she was with Shinjo until right before she came to the gym. But there had been barely any time between Watabe's appearance on the stage and Shinjo's arrival. So what has Shinjo been doing at the culture festival? I mean, we know this because Shinjo was told by Kei. I keep calling her Kei. Her real name is Mio, I guess. Call her Mio. But yeah, Mio said there was something's gonna happen in the festival. And that's why Shinjo went here as well, I guess.
まさか最初から何かが起こると予想してた。
I feel like they were expecting, though, not for Watabe to die, because they even told Hinai to ask Wakabe. I'm losing track of the names, but the journalist guy about the photo, but I guess not. But then he got in touch with Otomo ahead of time?
状況から考えると、君たちが彼の死に関与していることはなさそうだ。しかし、そうなると誰が？
Who killed Watabe and how?
渡部さんが舞台に上がってきたとき、 怪しい人を見たりしていないか？
はい、誰も。
君はどうだ？
The black-haired girl who'd been leaning against the wall with her arms crossed, she looked up.
残念ながら私が駆けつけた時現場はパニック状態だったからな。
Her voice was as mature and calm as her appearance, you know, ignoring the fact that she's wearing a high school girl uniform under her lab coat. She was probably a third-year student, but I'd never seen her around the school before. Maybe the white lab coat was because she was part of the biology club or the science club, but what would a student be doing here with a detective?
まったく面倒なことだ。お前たちが犯人だったら簡単に済んでよかったんだが。
Okay. It's also kind of redundant that Takeru is asking these questions. I mean, we, the reader, kind of already know this. I mean, she's like a genius scientist, basically. She's a mad scientist. It's so cool, son of a bitch. Basically. But actually, you know, she's not pretending. But she's like, you know, she's here because she's interested in the case and everything.
それどういう意味です？
どうもこうもそのままの意味だ。
私からすればあなたの方が怪しいですけど。
私は犯人じゃない。ほらどうだ、私が嘘をついているかどうかお前が一番よく分かっているはずだが。
Aramura was clearly annoyed, but the black-haired girl didn't seem to care in the slightest.
まあまあ、久野里さん、それくらいにしといてくれ。
Her name was Kunosato, then. Evidently, she knew Aramura, but it was clear from their conversation that the two of them didn't get along. And for some reason...
おい、お前。
I get her name. Before it was like, you know, woman, but now it's Kunosato Mio. Apparently, you know, Takeru can just know her first name even after only hearing her last name, but anyway.
はい、僕ですか。
他に誰がいる？
それは。
さっきから何をジロジロ見ている？
いえ、別に。
だったら下でも向いていろ。鬱陶しい。
Okay.
いい。
I didn't know why, but Kurosato seemed to have it out for me too, not just Aramura.
一体何なんだ?
What did I do? I never even met this girl before. Why would she act like this? I think she just normally acts like this, actually. Takeru. She's just very rude. Or was I wrong and we'd actually met somewhere before? Have we? Did I do something to tick her off then? It was no good. I tried to remember and couldn't. But strangely... Well, I mean, yeah, she's K. So... I felt like I heard that voice somewhere before, and we are a big fan of K. K? How you say? I keep saying K, that's right? Like K-E-I, K. But where? As if I heard her voice. You know, in the podcast I've been following. It was really bugging me. There's nothing so useless as information that was inside of you, but that you couldn't retrieve when you needed it. Information was only valuable if you could use it.
とにかくもう一度確認させてくれ。君たちは舞台の下で対談を待っていた。だが、いくら待っても渡部さんは現れず、伊藤君と尾上さんが様子を見に行った。その後しばらくして、突然渡部さんが舞台に上がってきて、そこで倒れた。間違いないね。
はい。
I suddenly remembered the way Watabe had looked. His eyes were out of focus, but full of terror. He was weeping tears of blood. His hand was stretched out, as if seeking help. And the sumo stickers poured out of his mouth, covered in blood and vomit. I saw vomit, I didn't see blood, but anyway. It was a bizarre scene. I looked over at Arumura, and she must have remembered it too, because she was wincing.
両目から出血。口からは異物を嘔吐か。吐き出したのは力士シールと呼ばれる妙なシールだったな。検視は進んでいるのか、新庄さん。解剖はいつ行われる？
子供たちの前でそこまでは。
I mean, she's a child too, ironically.
子供たちの前か。
Kunasato snorted, annoyed.
まあとにかく君たち新聞部には全員ちゃんとアリバイがある。心配しなくていいからな。
Or at least, well, I don't know. Again, I don't know. I don't know if it mentioned before. I think we were told that she is actually a teenager. You know, she's not actually an adult, despite the fact she looks and acts so much like an adult. I don't know, man. Anime. I breathed a sigh of relief. Even if I knew I was innocent, I'd still be terrified of being arrested anyway.
ただ君と有村君、それと和樹君は事件を間近で見た目撃者だ。申し訳ないが、所轄の担当者が資料を作るのに協力してほしいと言ってる。
はいはい。やだって言ってもどうせ連れてくんですよね。
いや、別に君たちは被疑者じゃないから、あくまでも協力をだね。
この前もそんなこと言ってましたけど。
しかし、なんだろうな、君たちは。
Yeah, we seem to get interrogated every time. Shinjo brushed his hand through his bangs. He hadn't cut his hair for a while.
え？何がです？
前回の柿田さんの事件といい、先日の彼女、クルス・ノノさんの死傷事件といい、ここのところ怪しい事件といえば必ず君たちが関わっている。
Seems to be the case. Maybe it's because we're the main characters, you know?
これは偶然なんだろうか。
Protagonist magnet for like, you know, plot events.
それは。
He was right. Even ignoring what happened to Kurusu, this was another potential homicide, like revolving dead. But we were just innocent bystanders. I knew that better than anyone.
僕たちは本当にたまたま。
But you know what they say about coincidences. Apparently in this game, if it happens 3 times, then it's not a coincidence.
たまたま？
Kurosato interrupted me.
本当にたまたまなのか？お前たちが気づいていないだけで何かある可能性は？事件を呼び寄せるような何かが。
I tried to say something back to her, but couldn't. Her eyes were that cold when she looked at me. Damn it, what's with this girl? I was starting to get angry, but that was enough to get me to open my mouth.
僕、あなたに何か。
なんだ？
But I regretted it immediately. She was scary. Oh no.
その。
言いたいことがあるならはっきり言え。時間の無駄だ。
じゃあ聞かせてもらいます。けど、その僕、あなたに何かしましたか？
ああ？
そのなんだかすごく嫌われてるような。いや、僕の気のせいだったら、すみません。
気にしない方がいいですよ、先輩。この人は誰に対してもこんな感じですから。
And that's what I was saying. To everyone. Was that true? That was okay then.
誰に対してもというのは違うな。お前たちに対してだけだ。
お前たち？
ああ、そうだ。お前たちだ。
You people. Is she gonna say, I'm half expecting her to say like, you people as in like the wrong siders, you know? She's like, she might have the same complex as us, but I don't know. Does she mean me and Narumura? Or...
もしかして以前どこかで。
いや、お前のその神気臭い顔を見るのは初めてだ。
Okay. Damn it. Then why does she have to be such a bitch? Wow. Whoa.
とにかく手口から見て今回の事件も
Language.
これまでの猟奇事件との関連性が疑われる。
ニュージェネの狂気の再来っすか？
The strange way that Watabe had died. And then the fact that today was October 10th. Just like Shinjo said, it was possible that there was a connection.
ああ、司法解剖の結果を待たなければ断定はできないが、日付と犯行の異常性は一致する。ところで、宮代君、聞いてもいいか？
はい、何でしょうか？
あのボードは君たちが？
Shinjo was looking at the map that we put together to follow the case.
はい、そうですけど。
This board is actually pretty useful for the police, you know. He might use it for himself.
ちょっと見せてもらってもいいかな？
Shinjo stood up without waiting for my answer and walked over to the board. Kunesato moved away from the wall and followed him.
これ、どう思う？
そうだな。
The two of them started to whisper to each other. I tried to listen in, but I couldn't make it out. With nothing else to do, I whispered to Aramura, to her twin tails.
あの久野里って人、うちの生徒なのか？
For some reason, Aramura was staring at me in surprise. I mean, it's kind of weird we're whispering to her.
何か変なこと言った？
Like, we've gotten so close, out of nowhere. It's like we're friends. Oh no.
いえ、先輩がタメ口だったから。
I must have been so distracted by everything else that, everything else that was going on that I didn't think.
ごめんなさい、つい。
いえ、そのままでいいです。私は前からそうしてくれと言ってましたし。
わかりまし、じゃなくて、わかったよ、有村さん。
Yeah, I guess it's more subtle in the Japanese language, but basically he was like, you know, very polite around Aramura. Up until this point, I guess.
有村。
え？
さんもつけなくていいです。
わかった。有村。
Arimura. First, the two of us had been together at the scene of Watabe's death, and now we had that strange, arrogant woman angry at us. I kind of like her though. I don't know. Again, maybe she's just very rude though. I guess is the point. The enemy, my enemy, is my friend. Maybe that's why I was finally able to talk to her normally.
それで、何の話でしたっけ？
だからあの人。
The two of them were still talking about something in front of the map I made.
知らないんですか？先輩と同じ3年生だそうですよ。と言っても、ほとんど学校に来たことないらしいですけど。
学校に来ないって、不登校ってこと？
さあ、私もそこまでは。
So she was in my grade, but I was sure I'd never seen her at school. Ito and Kurusu had a lot of connections. Would they know her?
っていうか、そもそも何者なんだ？僕たちのこと嫌ってるみたいだけど。
さあ。
さあって、知り合いなんだろ？
私も、この前会ったばかりで詳しいことは知りません。ただ。
Okay, so I was wondering if she did know, like Mio, you know, but actually she doesn't really either.
ただ。
Oh, well, never mind. Our conversation was cut off by the sudden sound of a phone.
失礼。
Shinjo took his phone out of his pocket. It was an old Japanese flip phone. Who still use one of those in 2015? What a boomer. I started to worry about whether a wrong side like that was capable of solving this case at all, you know? Does it matter? It's just a flip phone.
わかった。それじゃあ。
Someone must have told him to go somewhere. He folded up his phone and put it back in his pocket, then turned to face us.
俺たちは先に失礼する。君たちの迎えは少し後になると思うが、 くれぐれも協力頼むな。
Though he doesn't, I mean, because he's still using a flip phone, but he doesn't seem like that old. Maybe it's different. And I know in Japan, people have been using flip phones for a longer time. In fact, their flip phones are more advanced than you think, actually. They're pretty much comparable to like a smartphone, at least during those times, I guess. It's only 2015, though, so it's like, yeah, that's like 4 years ago. If I compare it to like right now. Not too long ago, but I guess again, flip phones were still in use much longer than it was in at least North America. But you know, he's not that old. I feel like.
わかりました。
だから、そうめんどくさそうな顔するなって。時間がかからないように手は打っておく。それじゃ、頼んだぞ。
Shinjo motioned to Konosato, and the two of them left the room. As she left, Konosato gave us one last cold glance. And the room fell silent. No one felt like talking, so we started to take out our phones or read magazines. He said it would take a while before the police would arrive to pick us up. The only thing we could do was kill time.
Nah.
I tried to talk to Arimura, but she either didn't hear me or was ignoring me. She was playing with her phone, too. She seemed to be trying to get in touch with someone. It looked like she had a lot of friends, so she may have been asking what happened with the culture festival.
もう一度事件の整理をしてみるか。
ねえ、タク。
ん？
Sarika stopped me as I started to head for the board.
どうした尾上？
能力者ってなんだろうね。
What's a psychic?
は？
Psychic? Wait, psychic? Like those con artists you see running dingy little shops? Couldn't be.
なんだそれ。ラノベかなんかの話か。
You mean like espers maybe? Like Mob Psycho 100? I don't know.
さっき、新藤さん？
Shindo, yes.
新庄さんか？
さっき新庄さんが制服の上に白衣着た人とそんなことを。
お前、二人の話聞こえたのか？
It was true that the two of them had been mumbling in front of the board. I could barely hear it, but Sarika was evidently able to make out some words were from where she was sitting.
歴史シールの不可思議な現象とか、能力者がなんとかとか、事件に関係あるのかなって。
If they were talking about it now, then of course it had something to do with the case. But still, psychics? Like a mind reader or something? Or someone who could move stuff with his brain? They didn't think it was all being caused by psychics with superpowers or something, did they? Maybe.
いくらなんでも、警察がそんなこと真面目に。
聞き間違いじゃないのか？
Both Ito and Kazuki were looking at her questioningly.
そうかな。確かにそんな風に聞こえたんだけど。
なあ有村、何か心当たりはないか？
She spent time with Shinjo, maybe she knew, but...
有村？
何ですかそれ。私アニメとか見ないんで。
He doesn't watch anime. Get out of here. She didn't seem really interested. Well, that's what most people our age would think when they heard the word psychic.
尾上、他に何か聞こえなかったか？新庄さんたちの話。
他にはね、
She was about to open her mouth, but then the sound of the door opening cut her off.
おーい、宮代くん、和樹くんいる？それに有村くんも。
先生。
よーしよし、おとなしくしてるね。そろそろ警察に行くよ。
え？警察の人が迎えに来るんじゃ。
引率係だよ。君たちは別に犯罪者じゃないし、あくまでもうちの生徒だからね。警察に呼ばれたなら僕が連れて行くのが筋だと思って。どうだい？僕っていい教師だろ
As if he ever actually done anything for us as our advisor. But still, I felt just a little relieved.
それじゃ行こうか。ああ、伊藤君と尾上君はすぐに帰宅すること。いいね。
ういっす。
はーい。
The two of them started to get ready.
先生。
なんだい？
文化祭はどうなるんでしょうか。
さあ、今ちょうど会議中でどうなるかはまだわからないね。
Well, that's all he said before he left the room. It was strange. Why had I asked that? I mean, probably because, you know, you were helping with the culture festival. It's kind of a shame that it's all been ruined because of some guy, you know, some jackass barfing a bunch of sumo seekers that he had, like, die. You know, how... I don't know. How selfish for him to just die. You know, anyway.
文化祭なんて別にどうでもよかったのにな。
The nerve of that guy.
嘘ね。
Oh?
え？
What do you mean? Where are you going, Harimura? Lying? How? I wanted to ask what she meant, but it was clear that she wasn't going to tell me. She followed Wakui out into the hall.
どうかした？宮代君。
I could hear him from outside the room.
ん？
Kazuki made a let's go gesture and looked at my face. There was something that I wanted to know, no matter what. What Seruka had just said. About Shinjo and Kunosato seriously discussing the word psychics. Wakui's entrance had interrupted our conversation, but I wasn't sure if it was okay to really write the idea off as silly nonsense.
すみません。これから警察行くなら結構時間かかりますよね。
そうなるだろうね。
だったら貴重品とかまとめて持って行ってもいいですか？置きっぱなしっていうのもなんなんで。
ああ、確かに。有村君、君も自分の教室へ行って持ってきなさい。僕は昇降口で待ってるから。
はい。
I listened to the two of them walk away. Okay, that should buy me a little time. And now we're gonna do something, I guess.
お？どうしたの？タク。
さっきの話の続きだけどな。聞かせてくれないか？
And we fade out. Now, Amy again. Max Caddy? Where is the target? Being questioned for their involvement in the case. A suspect? It appears unlikely, but they may have finally noticed. Understood. Continue. Of course. I feel like, yeah, it's always a different person every time, which is weird. Alright. Amy.